Hi, I'm Alden Bowers, and welcome to another episode of Alden's Corner. I am the author of several books, including Ketaloosa Island, Once in a Blood Moon, A Werewolf's Tale, She's So Catty, and Mile 43. Posting this episode a few days early because I'm headed out of town. I won't be here to record a episode on Monday, nor will I be able to post it, so you're getting it today. The last two episodes, I kind of did fun topics, amusing Today, however, I'm going to rant about something. English teachers, high school English teachers, stop making kids hate reading. Just stop it. What I'm talking about is the way we teach literature to students. It does a great disservice to authors and to reading. The way I remember sitting in my high school English classes, we would be reading these supposed great works of literature like The Great Gatsby, or Lord of the Flies, or Catcher in the Rye, and just micro-dissecting them, looking for the symbolism in every little bit of punctuation. As you can imagine, being a typical 16, 17-year-old, my eyes glazed over, and I turned to playing, Roller Coaster Tycoon on my laptop. So, Miss Mondry, if you're watching, yeah, that's what I was doing. But the problem with assigning book reports, is that it turns reading into a chore. And that makes kids not want to do it. And that causes them to miss out on all the fun that reading can be. I know that it turned me off to reading books for quite some time. I graduated high school in 2002. I didn't really start reading books for fun until around 2011 or so. 9 years. That's a long time. The first fiction book I picked up and read for fun was Atlas Shrugged, because I was at my parents' house. I was bored, and let's see what Ayn Rand has to say. That's another topic for another day. I know she's a controversial figure. But the point is, when you make kids not want to read, as an author, you're affecting my bottom line because I'm not selling books. And I feel part of the problem isn't just the fact that they're being made to read these books and made to do reports on them. It's the fact that these books, we tell them, this is a great work of literature, like it's a matter of religious dogma. That's one person's opinion. One person can think Dickens is a great author. The other one could think another person could think he's a hack. I'm personally not a fan. I find him very wordy and hard to follow. Same thing with F. Scott Fitzgerald. I reread The Great Gatsby a number of years ago because I felt like in high school I didn't give it a fair shake. So I reread it and I found the same thing. He's so wordy and so descriptive that I kept getting lost. I kept having to back up and reread. But at least there was no pressure to have to write a report on it this time. I think, honestly, a lot of these supposed great works of literature would never get read if they weren't assigned in high school English classes. And I bet a lot of English teachers are probably reading this and thinking, that's why we assign them, so they get read. Well, what are we going to do next? Literature is a pop culture element, and pop culture elements go out of style. They fade. Notice even on the classic rock station, you don't hear the Doors so much anymore. You hear a lot more 80s music now. The same thing is bound to happen with books. Authors like Dickens and Fitzgerald, they had their day. Now it's time to maybe start focusing on more contemporary authors. Let kids read Stephen King. There are better ways, I think, to teach literature. And instead of drilling into them, this is what the symbolism is, just let them read the book and draw their own conclusion. And let them draw their own conclusion as to whether or not it is truly great literature. And know your audience. Not every kid is going to be interested in this. I was in one of my 11th grade high school English class. We had a lot of troublemakers in my class. They didn't give it pardon my French, didn't give shit one what all the symbolism in The Great Gatsby was, and it was foolish to try to make them see that. I think all your efforts did in that point was sell Cliff Notes. As an author, that is not what I want for my books. I want them to be read and enjoyed. I don't want anybody reading my books grudgingly. And maybe that's why I try to sneak sex scenes into a lot of my books and use a lot of profanity, so that they are never micro-dissected in an English class. I know a lot of other authors probably feel the same way about this. That's not what they want for their works. I don't know if that's what Fitzgerald wanted. I don't know if that's what Dickens wanted. I know Shakespeare wasn't looking to be micro-dissected. He was looking to fill seats in the Globe Theatre. He was a part owner of the place. And yes, I do believe Shakespeare is overrated. You can excoriate me for that in the comments, so that I don't care. I'm just one man, and this is my opinion. So that's it for this video. Questions or comments, put them below. Like and subscribe. Of course, you can send me hate mail at aldenbowers@hotmail.com. Don't worry, I got a thick skin. I can take it. See you in a couple weeks.